Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 27 of Civilization 5. We're playing on Emperor difficulty and we are playing as Portugal. I am now actually currently at war with Egypt. It isn't going too bad. They're mostly spending their efforts on some of my city-state allies. And my city-state allies aren't doing incredibly well, but it is meaning that I can actually move in on Thebes and Memphis, which are the two biggest cities that Egypt have. It also doesn't look like Egypt have that many units left. They do still have a few flying units stationed in these cities, which is causing a bit of a problem for my bombers, but not to worry. I am moving in slowly and won't be long before we can start taking a few shots at them. They don't seem to have many bombers themselves. It seems to be mainly interceptors, but we're going to see what we can do. Let's go on to the next turn. The turns are taking a little bit longer now, of course, because I do tend to play with the animations on. I like to be able to see what's going on. I find it's far too easy to miss something if you don't actually have the animations on. Bogota is pretty much gone now, so there's nothing we can really do about that. There's no way that they're going to be able to defend against the 3 Egyptian units that are trying to take it. Yep, and there it goes. It fell. I expected that to happen. It is really unfortunate. However, what we could potentially do, Quebec's probably going to fall as well. Although they haven't got any melee units close by to take it. They've got plenty of ranged for bombard, but they can't really take it with battleships. What I just had a thought of doing, and it might be a really stupid thought, but I'm going to try it anyway, is I have an ironclad up near Bogota which just fell, so maybe I can take it back for Bogota. They'll probably lose it again instantly, but it's worth a try. Okay, Thebes has artillery, and they are firing at my machine gunner, which is annoying. How did you get 2 shots? Really? You have an artillery with logistics stationed in the city? Wow. That hurts. Like, that cuts me deep. Oh, Quebec City do still have a couple of privateers left. Well, why weren't they actually trying to defend the city against the... Oh, they've got a submarine there as well. Wow. Yeah, why weren't your ships actually trying to defend the city and just, I don't know, gone off on like some sort of fishing trip or something? I don't know. Let's have a look and see what we've got here. Tikal has finished the stoneworks. It would be nice to be able to build things like machine guns and things here, but it takes so long to build. I guess 9 turns isn't terribly bad. You get a promotion. Let's go ahead and give you cover, and we're going to use you to take out... We might as well take out that cavalry first. Now, my artillery still isn't really close enough to fire at anything, which is problematic. You don't have cover. You don't have cover. None of these units have cover, and if I move them too close to Thebes, they're just going to get absolutely decimated. So I do have to be careful there, but I do have to move some units in. I can't just stay here. Let's move up onto this hill. I've already lost 1 bomber as well, which is problematic. If I do give them multiple targets, of course, that does make it more difficult for them to be able to attack my artillery. So let's actually move some of this artillery in. You are now within range of being able to attack. You are now within range of being able to attack. And if I move you onto this paddock, when you can get there, you will be within range. I also want to make sure that we keep this anti-aircraft gun fairly close. I'm also going to start trying to move in with some of this cavalry as well. It's not going to be all that useful straight away, but later on it definitely will be. You're going to move down to this tile, I think, for a bit of extra protection. And... Did I say you were in range? Yep, so you can actually set up and you can fire on the next turn. You're within range, you can set up so you can fire on the next turn. I do have 2 bombers, but they are badly damaged. If I try and attack Thebes with either of them, I'm most likely going to lose them, so I'm not going to do that right now. And let's start moving up with some of these other units. So yeah, bomber, you just continue to heal until you can go. So, how far out is that ironclad? Yeah, quite some distance actually. But if I move a little bit further away, I can certainly keep attacking it. I suppose what I should do really though is bombard the units first, but Oh well, let's go on to the next turn, see what happens. We've still got another unit. Oh, another machine gun, of course. Let's get you down as close to the front as possible. How long are these guys working on this mine? They seem to be there forever. Do we have that mine yet? We must do. It's got 6 production. Maybe you've just finished it. In which case, we'll get them to just fill in these 2 missing sections of railroad. So they are using their bombers to attack our artillery. Of course, we do have an anti-aircraft gun, which hits the first one, but it won't hit the second one, which is a bit of a pain. So we could potentially lose another artillery here. I get the feeling we're probably going to have to buy a few replacements. Yeah, they're now firing at it with their artillery. That didn't kill it, but... oh no, maybe it doesn't have a second shot. I fully expect to lose units. They've got a lot of artillery around Thebes, actually. They've got 2 at the back and they've got 1 inside. And they've got 1 in Memphis. But I can just fortify up with a lot of units and I should be fine. As long as I don't lose that anti-aircraft gun, and we are definitely going to need another one. I also just see that they've moved a few fighters into Thebes. I just saw them fly in as well. New unit from Mbanza Congo, quite nice. That will be another infantry. Unit promotion. Anti-aircraft gun. Let's go ahead and give you shock and cover. And we'll get you moved down towards the front. And, oh, they've actually gifted us an anti-aircraft gun. That is fantastic. I'm more than happy with that. So let's get you down to the front. It'll take you a while to get there, sadly, but at least you will get there at some point. Production-wise, Palenque's finished the research lab, so now we can go on to... maybe another bomber wouldn't be a bad idea. Coimbra's finished its anti-aircraft gun. Let us go ahead and get ourselves an artillery here. 5 turns, that's pretty good. Cavalry can all stay there. Okay, so these guys are moving in a little bit, which is potentially problematic. So, what are we on here? We're on a mine. Let's go ahead and pillage this. So, it gives us a little bit of health back. We'll attack you guys. It'd be very, very risky for them now to actually attempt to fight back against that. So, you're pretty much already dead, although you can pillage. Try and get you healed up, although there's probably very little you can do. I guess taking out their artillery would make the most sense at this point. Now you can move to there, and you can set up, but you can't attack. You really need to be on a more well-defended spot. I can't attack that artillery on this turn because of zone of control. Actually, apparently I can. I thought we'd have zone of control from the city, but I guess we're not actually moving past the city. We're firing from the city, so that's 1 less artillery. And now we are behind them with the potential to attack another artillery. So let's go and move in and take these guys out. They do still have a lot of air there, as I said, so I really want to be careful about how I move in. But I'm just trying to give them too many units to shoot at, to be honest. Can actually probably kill you off. There we go. Let's just give them a target-rich environment. So how are things going over here? We would actually do a fair amount of damage to some of these units if we chose to. Let's go down here. We're still out of the range of the city. Let's take this opportunity to finish off some of their units before we attempt to take Bogota back. Because the problem is, if I take Bogota back, they'll just recapture it instantly anyway. So this gives me a good way of thinning out some of the units nearby. You can just fortify until healed. There we go. Now you can go over here and finish these railroads. We'll continue to move down with this ironclad. Then we can attempt to capture that later. You can stay there. Yeah, we have probably lost this artillery, but I don't really know what else I can do about that. Anti-aircraft gun, just stay on alert mode. So, on to the next turn. City fires at a unit, expected. They are backing off with some of their artillery now. That's not unexpected. Quebec City obviously still being bombarded by the battleships. But like I said, unless they actually move a melee unit down there, they'll either have to get a destroyer in, or a ground melee unit, or at least an embarked unit over there. They're not going to be able to take it, so it's causing a distraction for their navy, and I'm fine with that. Got another artillery over here, which we could and should attack. Not too worried about this guy, not right now. Right, we have rocketry, actually. And we also have a great scientist. Now, you are within our territory, so I'm literally just going to upgrade you to rocket artillery straight away. I'm very tempted, as you manage to survive somehow, to move you up there, and if you survive, upgrade you to rocket artillery. Do I do the same for you? I think I have to, really. I think I actually have to just go back and upgrade to rocket artillery at this point. So what do we do now? What do we move on to? I guess we could go for penicillin and get marines. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Or we could go into combined arms. That would give us destroyers. That would be quite good. Or we could go in for refrigeration for submarines. Let's go refrigeration first. And then we will go from there into combined arms. Unit needs orders. You are building a... Oh, apparently that has already railroaded. Fine. Just build farms and stuff. You can... No, you're going to do, like, no damage at all to that unit. However, we can do some pretty major damage to this artillery. So let's moving a little bit with you. And we'll take some shots at you with our machine gun. And then we will move in with our marines. Well, with our infantry. Very good. Very good. What are our bombers like health-wise? You're fully healed. Yeah, we take a lot of damage back. Well, let's try it anyway. Start trying to get some XP and some promotions on these bombers if we can. Yeah, we did next to no damage at all. Cavalry can... You might as well just pillage that and then you can sort of fortify up. Unit needs orders. Yep, that's fine. Just go on to alert mode. You can just go on to alert mode too. You can fortify until healed. Great scientist. Might as well just pop him straight away. We've got refrigeration. We're partway through combustion. Worker. Build a railroad. Anti-aircraft gun. We can actually upgrade these anti-aircraft guns to mobile SAMs now. So I'm going to start moving some of these units around so we can do that. Bomber, you can still have your shot at glory. But again, we take some damage. I'll be honest, the war's going better than I expected. I expected it would be pretty much like what happened with the Mayans, where I moved in and then just completely got my entire forces decimated. So it's not terrible right now. I'm going to try and thin out as many of these forces as I can. I am working on another battleship or two up there, so things aren't terrible in that respect. You are just going to fortify up in case you get bombarded. It's a little bit annoying. Like I said, I do want to upgrade my artillery and stuff. He wants to make peace. No. What are we being attacked by there? A bomber. Yeah. Which is, in one sense, if it gets destroyed, at least I haven't already spent the money upgrading it, so... Yeah, you're within the range of Heliopolis now, which is a little bit of a pain, but... Thebes needs to fall. And it needs to fall quickly. And we need rocket artillery for that. Yeah, they've got a lot of artillery here around the back. Yeah, so there we go. We've already lost one unit, which is unfortunate. But Egypt were willing to peace out there, and he actually made the peace offer, and it wasn't even a white peace. He was willing to give me money, so Egypt is on the back foot here. Yeah, we'll carry on with that. How have I just lost oil from Mbanza Congo? Have we lost them as a... Oh no, they're being pillaged by a caravel. Oh well, that caravel's not going to last very long. And Mbanza Congo will go back. I'm not in negative oil, so that's not a problem there at all, really. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world, so that's fine. Okay, unit promotion. We've now got another battleship, which is fantastic. Let's give you targeting against land units, actually, because you're going to be firing at a few. Let us get you... over here as quickly as possible. It's not going to be the fastest trip, I'm afraid, but we'll do it anyway. Gau's finished a bomber. Let's go ahead and get ourselves another bomber. The one that's already stationed here. You are going to get rebased. We can actually rebase you straight to Tikal from there, which is really nice. You finished the battleship. I think we are actually going to go and get another bomber here, actually, if we can. 5 turns. Can't remember what I had you doing. Let's go over here and build a farm, I suppose. Right, so what can I do here? First things first is you are close enough to take a ranged attack. And you do a relatively fair amount of damage now. We have this mobile SAM, which we are going to start moving a bit further forwards. I'd like to get you upgraded. We're probably going to lose it on the next turn, but at least it does have a little bit of extra strength now, which will help matters out. You need to get upgraded as well, but I need to move you into a tile where I can do it. You're going to go over there so you can upgrade. We'll probably wait until we've got this other mobile SAM in before we can do that. You're just going to stay there and... Well, you're just going to stay there, because at least you are giving me vision on the city. You are going to fortify if you're not already. You are going to fortify if you're not already. Machine gun. We'll try and move you up if possible. Yep, just stay there. Bomber. Yeah, you've taken a lot of damage. Dare I risk it? For the small amount of damage I do to Thebes, it probably isn't worth it, but I'm going to try it anyway. And Thebes isn't quite close enough to the sea for me to attack it with battleships even off the coast. What about the other bombers? Well, no, you're pretty much almost destroyed anyway. You are probably safer if you are sitting under the anti-aircraft gun. Anti-aircraft gun doesn't have enough movement to get into our... It does have enough movement to get into our territory. That's leaving our general kind of exposed, though, if I do that. Although I can move that cavalry onto the general. You can upgrade then on the next turn. So you stay there. Right, I can't actually see any land units. So while I can't see land units, I'm going to put some rounds into the city itself. Let's go on to the next turn. So Arabia are actually going to war with Korea now. That is an interesting turnaround. So yeah, that cavalry's not going to last very long at all. And this is why I said that Thebes needs to fall quickly. Was it a mistake to try and move my artillery out and heal them up and promote them up first? Possibly, but there again, it takes so long to take a very well defended city down with artillery. Anti-aircraft guns just perked up because obviously that... what's he going for, actually? Going for my machine gunners. It was shot down as well, so they've actually lost that aircraft, which is really nice. But they do still have a lot of artillery, which is very, very annoying. I'll just keep everybody... Yeah, we'll keep that going. I'll just keep everybody fortified up, basically. That's the plan anyway. As long as I've got one melee unit nearby that I can actually see what's happening. So, let's look at what we can build here. Lisbon's finished the bomber. We probably should start work on the Apollo program, but there's probably little point. Let's go ahead and get a hotel, actually. That's very important right now. Do we bother finishing this? We're not getting research agreements, but do we get enough faith to purchase great scientists? Not really. So is it worth having it? Probably not. Let's go for that and get a little bit of extra money coming in then. We've got a bomber, which is nice, new and shiny, which is probably going to get shot down as soon as we fly over here and try and attack Thebes with it. We are going to upgrade this anti-aircraft gun to a mobile SAM. We are going to take this mobile artillery and fire. So I did a fair amount of damage. This guy's just going to continue to try and heal up if he can. We'll start moving forwards with some of these machine guns. We've always got this infantry here that we can use. And what I may do is bring this Conquistador forward and upgrade it, just so we can potentially use him to run into the city if we need to. I thought we had another artillery somewhere, so you've been upgraded. You'll be able to move back in on the next turn. Another bomber over here. You're going to rebase. You won't get as far as Tikal of that, I'm almost certain. Yeah, you can't quite get there, but you can get to Palenque, and on the next turn you can get to Tikal. You're just going to... You actually have movement now. So let's move you into there. It's not a bad spot to be. You go ahead and work on that archaeological dig. Bomber definitely needs to heal up some. General, just go to sleep. Again, just going to fire on the city because I've got no other targets to fire upon there. And on to the next turn. Making a decent amount of money even while we're at war. Haven't lost any of our trade routes, although I've probably spoken too soon. But at least it means that we'll be able to buy a few units if we need to. They do still have a lot of artillery, which is going to be the big problem here. I'm a little bit worried that we might lose this machine gun, because it is taking an awful lot of bombard right now. Yeah, there it goes. So we did unfortunately lose that unit. And now they're actually attacking my infantry, which is a little bit of a pain. But it's not the end of the world. Obviously moving in with a few more units here. I'm going to fortify these machine guns up though, so the machine guns should be able to deal with the infantry alright. They're actually moving some of their planes out, which might be an indication that they're worried that the city's going to fall. It's usually what the AI tends to do. I certainly don't have much of a bombard close enough to it to do an awful lot of damage to it on the next couple of turns, but the AI certainly seems worried. We've done that. We'll continue to fire at Bogota then. Porto has finished its battleship. Let's go ahead and get a hotel here, because why not? Promote a unit. You can have targeting against naval units, because we do know that they do have a little bit of a navy. And we'll start to move you around the coast, and we'll see what we can find out here. What else do we have going on? So we've got these bombers. Again, you probably still need to heal up. We do have this bomber over here. I'm assuming that you're going to be well out of range for an attack. Actually, not. Oh, no, that's the one that's in Tikal. Let's be careful here that I select the right one. I want to select you. There we go. Yes, you are out of range as expected. So let's go and rebase you and put you into Tikal. So what do we have over here? Well, we have mobile artillery that can take a shot. Or maybe I should be using it against their artillery. I know I did say that it needs to fall as soon as possible, but at the same time, it would be really nice if we could get rid of some of their units. You're not going to be able to reach from there, which is a shame. Yeah, it's going to take you a couple of turns to get back into position. I could move you a little bit closer. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd have to move you further forward to put you in range, though. I guess I could always move this cavalry over here, move you down onto this tile, which is a potential risk, but it does now mean we can finish off that artillery. Because mobile artillery are a lot stronger than normal artillery. We're going to upgrade that Conquistador just so that we've got a cavalry that we can move in with later. You're going to stay there on alert. I can't really upgrade you at the moment because you're not in friendly territory. But I could do that on the next turn, actually. In fact, let us do that. We'll move you there and then we'll upgrade you. You are going to fortify. Let's just go ahead and build another farm there then. Another farm there. Now we've got that borders. We'll be next to fresh water. And you can just go on to fortify as well. That's probably... Oh no, we still need one more railroad section there. And that's all we can do for that turn, so I'm going to call that the end of the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying this series. I do think I will be able to take out Thebes. And possibly Memphis. Doesn't necessarily mean to say that I'm going to win the game. If we have a look at the culture overview, influenced by player, yeah, Egypt are never going to be influential over Arabia, so I don't think we have to worry about Egypt winning a cultural victory. Not too sure what sort of a victory Arabia are going for. The problem is, if I actually wipe out Egypt, that might make it easier for Arabia to get a cultural victory, because they're the only ones sort of holding Arabia back right now. But win or lose, I'm going to see this game through to the bitter end and treat it as a learning experience either way. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.